They got that squad wipe on Clash Universe at Water City right at the beginning. And of course, that phenomenal play coming in from Scout OP was just something that, this is what the game is about. This is what you want to see from the best players in the country. But again, it was kind of disappointing, so to speak, because, they are the crowd favorites. You want them to be right at the top. But another team that did kind of stand out was Team Cronton. I mean, they are second on the leaderboard right now, but boy, did they pack quite a punch in that first game. Now, of course, we do have the first 9 teams on our screens, but I do believe we have some more contenders who are vying for that top prize. And, well, Johnny Boy, does anything stand out for you over here?
Well, I believe over here it's going to be Team Sangwon and Team Antaryami. Team Antaryami had a decent game yesterday, but Team Sangwon, they have somehow managed to be really, really consistent. Along with that, I do have to say, since you mentioned Team Clash Universe, I like the fact that they like to go for those early fights.
They're living up to the name, mate.
Yeah.
You know what, Johnny and XP, today I'm here to make the Mickey out of Ketan, right? Because I was just hovering around, before joining the stream, and he was live streaming, and I went in there, and he actually was playing like a bot. So, yeah.
Oh. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first, and it was Fixes who just said K18 is a bot. Let that sink in your minds, and let's have some spamming in the chat.
He's an amazing caster, we all do know that, but as a player, I mean,
I think that's the best thing about, all of us are friends, so, we can kind of take a few jabs at one another. It's all in good fun, boys and girls. It's all in good fun.
And XP has been, doing exposés left, right, and center since yesterday, calling us old, calling us people who can't play.
I just deal in facts, buddy. Well, yes, sir.
I mean, we did talk about the teams. Let's talk the schedule that's there. I mean, we still have the same 3 maps and the pan fight in the end.
It's going to be amazing because, Action and Erangel is one of the crowd favorite maps, and even from Battle Royale games in the past, we've had similar maps such as Erangel, and Miramar was kind of different for me yesterday because we were kind of expecting it to be a lot slower paced as compared to the other rounds, but boy, when the action started, I mean, it did not cease at all, and that's what we want. We want that action, and I think what Fixes really wanted, that early action, early skirmishes, it might just come true, especially in a map like Sanhok.
You know what? I really want all the teams to just drop off at bootcamp and settle the dust over there itself, because that's going to be quick, that's going to be fast, that's going to be accelerating, and ending things along with the pan fight. I'm really stoked.
But you know what, as you said, Fixes, just landing on bootcamp might just backfire for these players. You don't want to risk it to get the biscuit, because the biscuit is actually pretty tasty. We're going to have a look at the prize pool. The podium finish teams will be receiving a lot of money. Look at that. You finish third, you get 1 lakh. That is a lot of money.
Expensive biscuit, mate. I mean, if it goes for that much, I mean, I want to get my hands on that biscuit as well, because 1 lakh minimum, and then of course second prize you have 1,50,000, but the first prize walks away with 3,30,000 rupees. That is a lot of money if you think about it.
Let's not forget the 20,000 rupees for the pan fight. In the end, there's just going to be 18 players in that lobby. All the captains are going to be present. They're going to be swinging pans at each other, throwing pans at each other, and whoever wins that pan fight, 20,000 rupees to that one individual.
Alright, so guys, you really need brief me up on this.
Yeah.
Have there been any throwing pan finishes yet?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
See, we got everything in store for you, man. We've got everything. We've got, you go ahead, Johnny.
I was just going to say, we had pan throws, we had chase arounds. We had a person hiding in a bush just trying to hide. That was a good tactic from Cronton, by the way, yesterday.
We literally had samurais and ninjas on the battlefield because, as you said, Cronton was the ninja hiding in the bush, and we had samurais running around with katanas trying to slice one another. So it was kind of pandemonium. It was kind of chaotic, but it was a lot of fun. And of course, before we get to the fun, we are going to see how the prize pool is going to be distributed, and of course, you have all these placement points that come in handy. And well, Johnny, if you would just do us the honors to take us through what is on our screens right now.
So in the 3 matches that are going to be played, the point system goes as follows. You get the chicken dinner, you get 15 placement points. You finish second, you get 12. Finish third, you get 10, and the points keep on decreasing. 13th and below, you get nothing. You get 0 points, nada. That's your reward for finishing solo. And talk about rewards, every single kill is going to get you 1 point game. So, I mean, we have seen a lot of teams capitalizing on that kill point advantage in those early fights.
I mean, that's... Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so sorry to just barge in, but things are going to be really dicey today. You definitely did not want to be in those, after the top 10 marker, right? You're not getting a lot of points, but once we take a look at the scorecard, a lot of teams have been struggling, and I've been telling you, Ketan, he's been one of those guys who's really very heavy to carry.
Well, looks like, really heavy to carry. All right, so are we talking about his gameplay or are we talking about his weight? But anyway, coming to what's on our screens right now, we do have the latter half of the table. And a couple of disappointing names over here because, of course, you expect Team Jonathan to be way up, on the leaderboard on the other half. However, since we did kind of mention that this is a fun event, this is an event which basically brings all these content creators together. And, at the end of the day, this is an amazing launch party for Battlegrounds Mobile India. I am not disappointed at all because these guys they come on, they put on a show, and that is what it's all about at the end of the day. But of course, as we have a look at the first half of the table, Johnny Boy Team Snacks are leading the charge by a tremendous amount of points. 40 points, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, and to make things a little bit sweeter for them, I mean, we did have Terrence with us yesterday, Icy Baby, who was willing to put in $100 if Team Snacks
losing his money. You guys have wagered?
If Team Snacks gets 3 chicken dinners today as well, Terrence he's going to go on Snacks' stream and donate $100. And if they win the pan fight, that's another 100. Yeah, the pan fight is worth 106 chicken dinners. 100.
Wow. I mean, that's going to be interesting because
I think someone needs to get the memo in for Team Snacks. Basically, let him know. I think Fixes, you might do that. You're close with these players. Just send him a text and let him know that you better win all the games today because $200 is on the line for you.
I mean, now that you've just said that, I actually really need to just slide into his DMs. But regardless of the fact that I really want Team Jonathan to be also stepping up today because we do know that these lads play really amazing on their streams and they carry some amazing potential along with them. So yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of fan lore behind them. So yeah, Team Jonathan, I really need to see that chicken coming out from these boys.
I think you're not going to be disappointed with them today because yesterday, by the time we reached the final game, they did actually start performing really well. I mean, the final game, Sanok, there was an early skirmish that did go their way. So today I'm going to be expecting to see them get a lot of kills in these matches. Placement points is something I'm a little dicey on since, as XP mentioned, this is a fun event. This is about entertainment and there is a party in the name of the event as well. So these guys are here to party and that's the thing. So they're going to be focused on those skills, trying to showcase their gun skills inside of the match, and let's see if they can crack the top 8 or the top 5 by the end of the day.
Continuing with your thought about Team Jonathan, and especially you did kind of mention that last fight, the first fight, in fact, in Sanok. Oh my goodness, Clutch God was living up to his name in the room. I mean, he did take out 3 members of the opposition and was taken down, but his teammate D-God comes in from behind and then, seals the deal. And they did lose 2 members in that skirmish, but they did come out with that squad wipe. So again, you're right. I think Team Jonathan might be playing at a different level today, and they might just surpass expectations and just showcase what these boys are made of. But again, at the end of the day, it is all going to be about fun, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen from game number 1 because the thing is, it is a new game. It's a brand new game, and we've been waiting for this for so long. I'm happy that it's finally here. I'm glad. And right now, I would want the matches to be underway as soon as possible because I personally cannot wait.
I mean, the matches are going to begin, but as you mentioned, fun experiment. We do have a few fun things, in fact, lined up for our viewers. One of those is a video, an interaction between Varun Thakur, the host of the Hindi broadcast, and one of the players, one of the team's captains. So let's have a look at that.
All right, Dynamo, what's up, brother? All good, man, all good. How are you? Dude, I really like your setup. Thank you, man. अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ यार, जब तुमने पहली बारी BGMI देखा अपने हाथों में पकड़ा, what was your first reaction? मतलब अपना खुद का गेम. हाँ. That was my real reaction. मतलब मेरा अपना खुद का गेम था ये actually, so like, अपनी वाली feeling. That's nice. That's very sweet. Apni wali feeling. I think all you influencers have that feeling when it comes to this game because your entire heart and soul is in it. Your fans love you guys for it, and they must be really excited to see you. नए BGMI launch party से तुम्हें क्या लगता है क्या धमाकेदार होने वाला है वहाँ?
सी एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत ज्यादा बिकॉज जो गैप बीच में गया था बहुत लोगों ने खेलना नहीं था सो अब सीन ऐसा है कि सारे लोग एक साथ खेलने वाले हैं मैं मेरा स्क्वाड एंड बहुत सारे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं कुछ मेरे फ्रेंड्स भी हैं कुछ मेरे कम्पिटिटर्स भी हैं जो हम लोग गेम में खेलते रहते हैं आसपास कभी कभी किसी का रिंग में कभी कुछ और चीजों में तो मजा बहुत आने वाला है ऑब्वियसली एंड मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि ओवर द पीरियड जो टाइम किया है लोगों ने कितना प्रैक्टिस किया है लोग कितना अच्छा खेलते हैं कितना करते हैं बिकॉज सी मैं लाइक एक कैटेगरी होती है एक होती है कॉम्पिटिटिव एक होती है नॉर्मल तो वी बिलोंग इन स्ट्रीमिंग कैटेगरी हम बस टाइम पास के लिए मजे के लिए खेलते हैं सो स्ट्रीमिंग कैटेगरी एंड कॉमेडी दोनों एक साथ मिलकर खेलेंगे सो वो जो फन होगा ना वो बहुत बढ़िया होगा और बस वो मैं देखना चाहता हूँ सो दिस आर माय एक्सपेक्टेशंस राइट नाउ
सुपर ब्रो तुम जब गेम खेल रहे थे तुम्हें कैसा लगा गेम प्ले के बारे में या जो नए मैप्स है जो नए अपडेट्स है उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताओ
यार सो जब सबसे पहले मैंने गेम इंस्टॉल किया था सो फर्स्ट थिंग आई सॉ वाज लोडिंग स्क्रीन इतनी जबरदस्त थी बिकॉज वहाँ पे एक प्लेयर था एंड वहाँ पे नीचे आ रही थी रंगोली या बहुत सारे फूल थे फ्लावर्स आई डोंट नो क्या था बट वो रंगोली काइंड ऑफ दिख रहा था तो सबसे पहला जो एक्सपीरियंस था वो था इंडिया लाइक अपना खुद का गेम इंडिया का गेम बिकॉज करेक्ट कोई भी आप गेम के लिए वहाँ पे लाइक रंगोली ये सब नहीं होता है राइट और सेकंड लोडिंग स्क्रीन थी आई थिंक वहाँ पे आप एक मार्केट में जा रहे हो लोग भाग रहे एक लाइक अपना संडे वाला मार्केट बनता सब्जी वाला मुझे काफी हंसी भी आ रही थी काफी अच्छा लग रहा है बिकॉज ये गेम लाइक अलग अपनी वाली फीलिंग दे रहा है
वो जो पर्सनल टच ज्यादा निखर के है इसमें तो
नोटिस किया था
no you're absolutely right and as a player तुम्हारी गेम प्ले की जो स्टाइल है इज वेरी एग्रेसिव राइट यू आर अ वेरी गुड स्नाइपर और तुम्हारा ये जो स्लैंग है जो तुमने बना है पट से हेडशॉट या मेरे को इसका यार ओरिजिन बताओ कि ये कब आया कैसे किया
ओके सो बहुत पुरानी बात है एक्चुअली उस टाइम पे जब मैंने फर्स्ट स्टार्ट किया था मुझे स्नैपिंग बिल्कुल अच्छी नहीं लगती थी एंड देन हम घुसते हैं मारते खत्म करके भाग जाते हैं सो अब क्या होता था कि जब प्लेयर बहुत दूर है तो क्या करेंगे आप कैसे जाओगे आपके अगर गाड़ी नहीं तो आप कैसे जाओगे देन वी स्टार्टेड यूजिंग पर्सनली आई स्टार्टेड यूजिंग स्नाइपर राइफल्स ओके सो उस टाइम पे एक नया चैलेंज स्टार्ट हुआ था ड्रॉप हंटिंग जब ड्रॉप आता है तो आप लूटने जाते हो वहां पे अलग सी फाइट होती है तो M24 ओंग ये सब हम यूज करते थे तो जब आप ओंग चलाते हो ना तो ओंग की एक स्पेसिफिक आवाज है अगर आप ओंग चलाते हो तो आपको आवाज फील होगी अगर आप वो आवाज फील करोगे ना तो वो पट से ऐसी आवाज आती है सो लाइक एक तो वो आवाज फील किया मैंने एंड देन वो हेडशॉट था किसी के सर पे राइट सो देन वो पट से हेडशॉट आ गया अच्छा ऐसा कुछ
जो भी अपना तकिया कलाम बन गया है पट से हेडशॉट
हाँ बिल्कुल
पट से हेडशॉट से याद आया कि क्राफ्टन ने जो अभी नए अपडेट में जो स्नाइपर राइफल निकाली है हैव यू मैनेज टू गेट योर हैंड्स ऑन इट कैसे था क्या अच्छा था क्या व्हाट डू यू फील अबाउट इट
आई थिंक मोहसिन ने क्या कुछ तो भी नाम है उसका नॉट श्योर और मैंने बोला मुझे पता नहीं नाम का है तो हम उसे मौसी की राइफल कहते हैं ठीक है तो एक होती है मौसी की राइफल मौसी राइफल ऐसी मौसी की राइफल कहते हैं हम लोग जितने भी हाइड्रा मेंबर्स हमारे खेलते रहते तो मैंने यूज किया वो काफी उसमें पहली बात तो देखो ऐसी की वो ओके एग्जैक्टली वैसी दिखती है और डैमेज ठीक ठाक है अच्छा है बुलेट ड्रॉप थोड़ा ज्यादा है कार्नेगेट से मुझे ऐसा फील होता है बाकी तो काफी अच्छी है उसकी आवाज भी काफी अलग है कार्नेगेट से तो मतलब अच्छा लगता है खेलने में प्लस वो जो हम उसको नाम दे रखे तो उसको और चलाने में और अलग मजा आता है बिकॉज हम बोलते हैं
तुमने मस्त नाम रखा लेकिन हम
उसको ये बुलाते हैं भाई मेरे को ये लाके देता हूँ वो बोल देते हैं इनको ये चाहिए
करेक्ट तो आई एम श्योर आपके फैंस बहुत एक्साइटेड है आपको मौसी की राइफल लेके पट से हेडशॉट मारते देखने के लिए एनीथिंग यू वुड लाइक टू से टू योर फैंस बिफोर दे सी यू एट द लॉन्च पार्टी
मैं बस ये कहना चाहूंगा कि आप सबको देखिए और मजे कीजिए साथ में सबको देखिए सबको सपोर्ट करो सबको एंजॉय करो हमारे गेम को
क्या बात है वेरी 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 नाइस वर्ड्स वेरी एक्साइटेड टू हैव यू एट द BGMI लॉन्च पार्टी ब्रदर बेस्ट ऑफ लक अपने बाकी जो कंपेटिटर्स है उनको कुछ बोलना चाहते हो जाने से पहले Done, brother. Nice to talk to you. See you at the launch party.
Thank you, man.
See you.
I love the message there from Dynamo to the audience. Just enjoy, support everyone, and make sure this is the most important part, right? Enjoy the show, have fun, be entertained. That's all this is about.
Man, whatever it is, Dynamo has a special place in my heart. Just for one simple reason. He loves his sniping. I love my sniping. He does the putts, a headshot. We get headshots. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful time to be living it. I mean, it's just awesome.
You know what, XP? I was really getting there. I really wanted you to lock heads against Dynamo. I mean,
It'll happen.
he's got that call. Putts
It'll
the
happen.
headshot. we know your call out. So I think that would be a really good 1v1 showdown because I
yeah.
personally vouch for this guy. Though I've killed him in other games many times, but he's still a good
I
sniper.
was just gonna brush some dust off my bloody shoulder, and then he just, gave that little secret out that you killed me multiple times in different games. We'll talk about that later, mate. Because if I kind of look back and if I think about it, that never happened. That is something that you were making up, my friend. Isn't that right, Johnny?
I mean,
Finishing me.
I'm just gonna say, like, the people who are gonna just boast their own gameplay are the ones who need to do that, right?
I
I'm
mean,
the one who just like, I know I'm good.
I still vouch for you, XP. I said you're good.
I love it. I love just pulling your leg. Oh, not as good as you. That is actually true. I mean, I hope I hope the day comes when I can at least get some credit from this lad saying, all right, you know what, you actually play at my level. But that's the thing. Fixes, had you been that good, we would have actually been casting about you right now. But you're stuck here with us, which tells us all we need to know, because those who game, and those who can't game, they cost. Good job, buddy.
Posing another player, another individual today.
I just
Anyway, I love this back and forth that we have over here. But, you're absolutely right, Johnny. Dynamo's message is beautiful. That, at the end of the day, you're supposed to have fun. And I like the fact that, this game is ours. I love the fact that the moment you start the game, the moment it loads up, you have that little Indian vibe going on. You have the splash of colors before you. And that's what it's all about. This is a game on the mobile for India, and it's going to be crazy, littered with bodies on the battlefields. And that's what we love. It's going to be amazing. And that's what's going to happen soon. Everyone is going to be trying to finish one another. Just the way I like it.
I mean, that as he said, that is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, well, did we see any, fist fights yesterday, though?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we did. In fact, we did.
People around those vehicles and everything?
We saw a lot of action. Now, the only funny thing is, it's kind of surprising that you weren't actually watching, because a little birdie told me that, you really are into these games and you're a big fan of Battlegrounds Mobile India, but it kind of surprises me that you weren't watching it. Kind of breaks me.
I know. I know why. He was just too busy making notes on Ketan's gameplay right now.
Oh, there you go.
Super roasted today, but work commitments and everything else apart, I really wanted to come in with a blank news slate today, because I just went in through those points. I did see a lot of stories around Team Snacks was pretty much dominating. I mean, it has been a one-sided show for these lads, but I don't think today the others might step up.
I don't think, Johnny, it's going to be really difficult for Fixes to start off with a blank slate, right? I mean, that's what happens usually. I think that's how we usually always prepare to work, isn't it?
I mean, it's not about me.
Hey man, you started it, and now you're gonna have to suffer the entirety of this day.
I need to because for Nollywood, brother.
As he is ready to take the Mickey out of K18. I think Johnny and I are going to do the same to him.
He's out. We're gonna try.
It's 2-on-1 on me, all right? It's not fair.
I mean, shouldn't that be a good thing that you're so good that you need two opponents to take you down?
I mean, come on, fair fight, XP. You're a big man.
That is true. But anyway, it is going to be another exciting day of Battlegrounds Mobile India action for all you ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls watching. And I'm pretty sure you are getting a bit impatient right now. Probably want us to stop talking and get the game started, which will happen in due time. Yeah. Which will happen in due time. But before that, let me take Johnny's role right now. All right, Johnny, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Which team are you going to be rooting for today?
I mean, it is going to be Team Snacks, and just for one reason, we want someone to be the one, lose a lot of money as well. It's all about the money. He's going to be watching this pretty closely, just following all the matches right now, keeping an eye on Team Snacks, how they are performing. And I hope they are the ones who take the victory. But I'm going to boomerang this question back to you. Who are you rooting for?
Well, I like the fact that we have an agenda. We have a little mission today that, IC Baby definitely needs to lose $200. That is, we're going to keep that on the side. That is there. That is not going anywhere. But I feel today I'm going to be putting a little bit of a focus on teams like Clash Universe because, these boys, the moment they drop down, they aren't shying away from fights. And that is something that tells me that, they are confident in their gameplay. They have won a few skirmishes and they've lost a few skirmishes, but that's part and parcel of life, right? And the game itself, you win some, you lose some. But I like the fact that they are taking those chances. And the other team that I'm going to be looking out for is Team Cronton because, again, they did pop the aggression right at the beginning. In fact, I do believe they were just 1 point behind Snacks after game one, but, they kind of fizzled off after that. So I think these two teams are going to be putting up quite a show for us today.
Fixes, I have a different question for you. Who do you think is going to be the most entertaining? Not like in just terms of victory, but in terms of the crazy tactics they imply inside of the game.
That has to be undoubtedly Team Jonathan. These lads do pack a lot of punch, and the kind of shenanigans they pull off is always a delight to watch. I've been just tuning into their streams, and the way they just pull each other's legs. I really think that this team might just be doing something crazy tonight.
Alright, so I do see the way XP is looking at me right now, and it's a bit scary. So I feel like you want me to leave, right? You want to get the match started?
I never want you to leave. Of course, we do want the games to be started, so maybe you should probably get out of here now.
I'm gonna do my too, and I'm gonna leave, and it's over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Always a pleasure having him in the studio and, having a chat with him. But now I'm going to be stuck with Fixes. Wait, which side are you? Are you this side? No, you this side. I really don't have any other options. No, I'm just kidding. I love this guy. I love the fact that I'm crossing with him. It is awesome. But Fixes, it is going to be game number 1 on day 2 of this beautiful launch party. It is going to be Wrangle, my dear friend. And since you are going to be, this is your first game as far as BGMI goes, what are you expecting? Now, we've talked about teams, but generally, what are you expecting? How do you think the pace of this game is going to be like?
Well, I would like the games to start off with a bit of, teams dropping off with the same vehicle. Then I would love to see some vehicular manslaughter, some carnage going out over there, and then a lot of third parties, a lot of targeting being done by all these players. I know it's a launch party, but, teams have taken it personally. Once you have a lot of money on the line, and might as well go for the win. But then again, if you are talking about the zone, I really want a certain one. And if you're talking about a wrangle, certain circles just make it so much more spicy.
It does, in fact, especially if we have a little bit of a military base in action and you have a lot of water and you have that bridge. I think it just makes it for a picturesque setting towards the end. Because, it's all beautiful, but then suddenly people are trying to knock and finish each other out. I guess that's what the game is all about. But, of course, in a few seconds, we are going to have the game underway. All the players currently are going to be psyching themselves and the others out in the spawn island. And soon they shall be boarding that plane and dropping down to their inevitable deaths at some point or the other. But of course, we are going to have to wait with bated breath as that big, beautiful bird takes to the skies. But again, it's going to be just an amazing day for Battleground mobile action because all the teams are ready. They've already got their warm-ups in. A few of them did have a little bit of a skirmish just a little while ago, just making sure that the thumbs and their fingers, because, some of them are using 5, 6, 10 finger claws. It's just amazing how they do all this, isn't it?
Yeah, even I'm really confused. How do they pull this one off? Because, I really like my full gyro and, it's 4 fingers for me. But, yeah, these players are professionals. They're streamers. They've been doing so well. So I'm really excited. I just want to just drop inside the battlegrounds and find for myself as to who's going to get that first chicken of the evening.
Well, I guess your wish shall be coming true soon because within a few seconds the game is going to be underway. And yes, we were talking about the fact that we do have a little bit of a mix over here because we do have professional players from different various battle royale games and we do have content creators, and the fact that they've all come together is just amazing. In fact, what Dynamo had said earlier in that interview, he's looking forward to seeing who's done its practice, who's been doing their homework and who hasn't, because, well, ladies and gentlemen, in just a couple of seconds we are going to be live with game number 1 on day 2. It is, of course, going to be the 4th map in this series. We're going to be flying over Wrangle as that big, beautiful C-130 takes to the skies, and looks like we are going to be heading up north, flying right over the Sosnovka military base.
I mean,
pretty much in the center.
completely dissecting them up into two halves. I am really sort of anticipating an Eastern Circle on this one, to be honest. But I would rather not be surprised if we have the circle also going up towards Katka. But what I would really love to see, like I already mentioned, is a certain circle.
I think a southern circle would be pretty much what everybody wants right now, especially since the plane path is pretty much in the center, and all the drop spots are going to be equidistant from said plane path. So it's not going to be tricky for a lot of teams to get to their favorite positions. But what is going to be tricky is how they converse, or how they traverse rather, once the circle is formed. But all right, so you've said it's going to be a southern circle. I'm going to go for a little bit of a southeastern shift. I think it might be somewhere around Shelter and Milter. This time around, as a few teams are dropping down, it looks like we might have some action breakout on the military island early on, as we do have Hydra and Team Snacks dropping down on the base, so that is going to be exciting.
I mean, I think they're probably just headed towards Nova Noise, so we're not going to be witnessing that early skirmish. But here we have the boys from Team Snacks. We've got Diljit. I mean, we do know, we've heard stories, we have heard legends about this guy himself. I mean, if there's someone who can go head-to-head against you in reality in the art of sniping, I think this is that one man.
Well, I guess he's definitely going to be head and shoulders above me, because, the fact that these guys have been doing this for so long, they've been practicing day in and day out, and, well, I'm just one of those old-timers who loves playing this game. But anyway, Diljit is, of course, one of the finest snipers that our country has produced, so it's going to be exciting to see what he brings to the table. But right now, we have Team Mortal on our screens, arguably one of the favorites in this tournament, with the man himself wearing his iconic hat on our screens right now. But of course, this lineup is also star-studded. I mean, we've got Regaltoss, we've got Mortal, Scout, OPs coming in, as well as Mavi. I mean, on paper, this team would look nigh unstoppable. But looks like we are going to have an early clash once again. And again, it's reminiscent of yesterday, because it is going to be Team Mortal up against Team Clash Universe.
They love doing this, but Regaltoss is in a bit of a pickle. Does not really have the best of the loadouts to go and take a fight, but I think the same can be said for Mavi. Just that S1897 model with the stun, I think that's going to be really crucial, really important. But then again, you've got Mortal, you can spot him from far afar, because the kind of an outfit that he possesses, it's got a sort of iconic in it.
And that's what it's all about, because I love the fact that in BGMI, you still have your characterization, and you still have something that is basically all yours. So that is how we recognize Mortal, and of course, that is not going to change even if the game does. But again, Aditya over here, he is aware that they do have enemies nearby, and keeping in mind that, this exact skirmish did take place yesterday as well, they are going to try and improve on their movement, because we did see yesterday all the action kind of take place where Destro is right about now, but this time around, it does look like a few shots have been let loose, and Mavi, in fact, with that shot, he is going to get the first knock on Clash Universe, but Wexy comes in and gets the revenge on Mavi, but Wexy is going to be a little smarter as he hits the deck, making sure he misses Scout OP's shots. But now this grenade, it could be devastating. Is Vexy going to be in the line of fire? Oh, he does take a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough.
I think this was really interesting, starting right off the bat. Team Clash Universe going up against Team Mortal. And right now, Mavi, their IGL just being finished off, that's definitely going to hurt them. But eventually, they are certainly going to recover. But, the question still remains, how? And Aditya, just being spawned off, has to deal with both Scout and Mortal at the same time.
Now, what's working in Clash Universe's favor is the fact that, only two of their positions have kind of been given away. Of course, they know where Aditya is right now, but he's going to be holding down the fort, so to speak, laying down suppressive fire on Scout, OP, and Mortal, making sure that they are not going to be traversing towards him, especially from that position, because it is higher up, but Scout OP goes on the left flank just a little bit, gets a sight on Aditya, and knocks him down. And before he can get any respite, he's already going in for the finish. Nice anticipation coming in over there, making sure that he gets the deck before getting shot out. Right now, Scout OP is going to be a little bit distracted because Destro has a good angle on him.
I really loved how Scout is just, making those movements. He's prone at the right amount of time because had he been just there for even more than a second, he'd be knocked by now. But Aditya is making those small mistakes and has been punished for that as Destro all by his lonesome. I'm really curious as to see where on earth is Clash Universe right now.
Now, this is where Clash Universe and Vexy are going to have to, in fact, make some moves because Aditya is going to be bleeding on his knees just in front of our screens. Destro's position has been given away. But now this is where Vexy or Clash Universe, in fact, they need to move from their position. They need to kind of flank from the left if they want to catch Scout OP off guard because Regal Toss is going to be keeping Destro at bay, which kind of gives Soul Mortal a little bit of a chance to move up ahead as well. There you have it. Aditya is going to be dropping down, making sure he doesn't drop in the water because if he does, he is going to drown to his death, and that was good enough distraction that Scout OP is going to get the better of Destro.
I mean, 100%. And, Team Clash Universe, they're just continuing on their mistakes, sort of exposing their bodies. And, Team Mortal is very well prepared for that. And there you have Clash Universe, this time going up against the man himself, Scout, just spraying on towards him, and he barely makes it.
On the other hand, there you have it. Regal Toss could be the first man to make a move. In fact, kind of flank all the way around from the left. That would be a good position to, kind of get up behind them. As Destro, of course, is going to be evading his. It's going to be inevitable because I do not revive coming in, but looks like Clash Universe is going to try and do the impossible. He is getting a bit closer to his teammate. But now Regal Toss is going to be the one man standing in his way. And the fact that he wants to get a little bit of a revive as he jumps up on the building. This is a good jump over here because now Clash Universe is going to be not expecting that as Destro is finally put out of his misery, which makes it a 2v3 situation in favor for Team Mortal.
I really love the spread coming in from Team Mortal, the way they just, are kind of pincering them down and kind of closing the gaps. And it all comes down to Vexy right now. He needs to, sort of stop the flank coming in from Scout. But if Regal Toss, along with Mortal, makes a move on Clash Universe, I think Team Clash, they're just basically done over here.
It does kind of seem like that, but the thing is, they are anticipating that there is someone in the original building, and the original building, of course, is the one which is occupied by Vexy. But looks like we might have a few more contenders coming in because Team Ronak is making a little bit of a display over here. They are going to be driving past, and maybe that sound cue just might be given out. And of course, you know how it is. Whenever you hear some bullets or whenever you hear some gunfire, it does attract potential predators that are going to be coming your way. But I like the fact that now Scout OP, he is going to be traversing a little bit as well, trying to make sure that he has a different angle. But now Regal Toss, he does have an idea that someone is behind that building, and he's trying to make as much noise as he can, trying to distract his opponent.
It's still a launch party. This is the moment you're supposed to be having fun. You're supposed to be going right at the face over here on Clash Universe and maybe just, try to fist him out. But either ways, I think finally Team Soul has decided to make a move. Clash Universe in the whole world of trouble does have that bit of a basement play coming in for him as Regal Toss will finally just find him off guard, but it's Scout getting the knock and they will get the finish. However, Vexy finally being compromised. I know where Team Soul is heading up next.
Well, it looks like Vexy's position could be compromised just as you said, and you did kind of mention that, this is the launch party, you want players to have fun, but my dear friend, when it's all about gaming, you know how competitive we get, and it doesn't really matter, it's all about the ego, it's all about the bragging rights on the line, and of course, you want to be the one that says, haha, I knocked you out, and not the other way around. But now, Vexy is going to have his work cut out as the remaining members of Team Mortal are going to try and engulf him like an amoeba and then, just snuff his life out. But you got to keep one thing in mind, they are just outside the circle, not by a lot of distance, so it isn't going to be problematic. But again, all this gunfire could be attracting, like I said before, potential predators nearby.
out of every place in Erangel, we had to witness this fight, going along in Water City. I mean, this is how personal, this has become. And Vexy, he needs to make a run for his life because Regaltos is definitely on the chase, and here we have it. I mean, you've got K18 playing along with